Open your eyes.
What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild video. Alright, so we've already covered Calamity Ganon. Until I come up with something else for him, we're pretty much done with Calamity Ganon. Now we can move on to our hero, the Light of Hyrule, Zelda. Okay, yeah, we know. I know. Hey, calm down. I already know. It's not Zelda. Okay. But yes, the hero Link. Alright, so there are two main theories floating around about the hero. Well, really one theory. The other one is kind of something I've kind of been thinking about myself. But the main theory floating around about Link is that he is a Link to the past, so to speak. And he's basically an older Link that died somehow and is being brought back to life here in Breath of the Wild. Which is a theory I'm going to actually cover in a different video, because there's actually a whole host of things that could mean, and it's just way too much to go through in one video. But the main theory that I'm thinking about here today is that all that could be wrong, and that this Link may not be a Link from the past, and it's actually a completely new Link contained in this story. And his story about how he fought and died will be all contained in this story. Now, the reason why I think this is so is because of a couple things. One, it would have to, if this was a previous Link, it would eliminate several Links, like one being the Skyward Sword Link, and two being the Twilight Princess Link, since they seem a bit older than this Link. So, and we all think that this Link probably grew up a bit while he was in the Resurrection Chamber, since it says your clothes don't exactly fit anymore. More than likely they were a bit smaller because you were smaller, so of course this Link grew a bit while he's in the Resurrection Chamber. So he wouldn't be that old when he died. So that eliminates those two Links. And then, of course, that means that it will probably be a younger Link, which is probably any of the other Links on the timeline. But the main reason why I think this cuts out this being an older Link, a past Link, is that we kind of imagine Link having a happy ending. Because, of course, this is kind of like your typical fantasy story. You fight the monster, you save the princess. We kind of want to see the hero have a happy ending. Either he gets the princess and he becomes king, or he goes off and lives his dream, or he becomes a knight of Hyrule, like we think this Link did, and he has a happy ending. The only Link that is confirmed to kind of sort of not have a happy ending is the Hero of Time, and we know they didn't bring him back because technically he became the Hero Shade, so this is not that Link either. This is more than likely a brand new Link, and what happened to him was he did something to become a champion of Hyrule, because of course we see him wearing the champion's shirt, which is basically kind of like a badge of honor in this Hyrule. This means that the Hyrulean royal family holds you in high esteem, which basically means he was more than likely a very high-ranking knight of some sort. And he probably dies in battle with the Calamity Ganon. Or maybe even, the war that happened when Calamity Ganon appeared. And that all of this will be explained within the game in some way. Either through, say, a prologue before you wake up and start the game, or through some sort of cutscene, or maybe through a time travel element where you have to go back in time to figure out how you died, to figure out how you cannot die again. Which would be all three of these would be interesting. More than likely, it'll probably be the prologue that'll tell you kind of like how you died, or at least the circumstances around your death anyway. But yeah, it would be totally interesting if that were to happen. Now, the bigger reason why I think this is a brand new Link and not one of the older Links is this one actually affects. This theory was actually brought on by some things that Nintendo are doing all across the board. Just looking at what they're doing with new things that they're doing with all their franchises, looking specifically at Pokemon Sun and Moon and the recent things they've done in that game. I mean, Pokemon Sun and Moon has no gym leaders. There are technically no Elite Four. There are no HMs. There are new versions of old. They're doing all kinds of crazy things, crazy new things that are breathing new. That is breathing new life into the Pokemon franchise. A franchise that's been doing the same thing successfully for roughly 20 years. The same thing could be happening here in Zelda. I mean, just look at it. I mean, we've got, open world, no more green tunic. Technically, the green tunic may be in the game, but technically, for all the marketing materials, he's wearing the champion shirt. We can change out weapons. There's going to be crafting in this game. This game is going to basically do a ton of things different from different Zelda games, which means that this game could quite possibly be a reboot of the Legend of Zelda franchise. I know, it's not exactly a popular thing, especially a franchise been going on for 30 years, with 30 years of history so ingrained in people's childhoods that you don't really want to change anything like that. I understand, I don't like change either. It took me a while to get with the whole no gym leaders and stuff they're doing in Pokemon. Pokemon's a huge part of my childhood. But it could be a very good thing. It could mean that very good things are going to happen in the future for Nintendo and for the franchises that we love. And of course, as always, this is a theory, so this more likely may not be true, and this could all just be me babbling along because I'm an insane person. But hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, that's about it for this theory. The other theory about the possibility of which Link this could be, I'm going to do a top 8 video on that. So I've gone through I've combed through the timeline and found 8 possible Links that this could be throughout the various Legend of Zelda games, and I'm going to count them down. I also have one Link in particular that I'm going to do an entire video on later. But that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.